A long time ago in a galaxy you should be very familiar with, George Lucas created a franchise that would spawn prequels, sequels, comics, and a ton of fan-created content. And since The Last Jedi came out this week, we gotta jump on that Star Wars train. Or, shuttle. Hey, I'm Jesse, and this is Video Tempest, where we plow through the storm of YouTube content bringing you reviews, critique, and analysis. And today, we're looking at Hearts of Kyber, an extremely well-shot Star Wars fan film that perfectly encapsulates the spirit of the franchise with its excellent visuals. As always, if you haven't seen the film, I've included a link in the description. Spoilers ahead, so watch it and come back for the analysis. The beginning of the film opens with the quintessential Star Wars title card. Naturally. But what makes it truly unique is this. We get this excellent moment that not only looks great, but foreshadows what's to come. Cutting to the title with the spark effect is an excellent way to present a title, and perfectly in line with the style of a Star Wars edit. While it may not be a huge space battle, it's still a high-intensity hook that grabs our attention right off the bat. Despite the lack of a space scene at the beginning of the film, similar to many of the canon Star Wars films, we still fade into a high aerial view of our scene, as if we were a ship hovering above, looking down. These shots are exposed and color-graded perfectly, and establish our scene well. All of these opening shots involve motion, keeping the intensity up, and this tilt shot between the two aerial shots uses subtle VFX work to establish that we're on an alien planet. I really enjoyed that director Chet Abbott chose to use the VFX sparingly in this film. I think a lot of Star Wars fan films tend towards using copious amounts of VFX that sometimes just aren't all that great, and causes the viewer to lose the suspension of disbelief that is essential to all film, and especially sci-fi. Moving on, we learn that a human named Tarmus has been following our Zabrak and Twi'lek heroes, whose names, for the sake of simplicity, are Jordan and Kira. We get this excellent moment of visual storytelling where Tarmus moves from his position of dominance, high in the rocks, down to Kira's level, keeping Jordan as the dominant figure, the highest in the frame. Even the reverse is a low-angle shot, expressing Jordan's dominance. Take a look.
Did you follow us all the way here?
You shouldn't go in there. It's forbidden.
Says who?
The Jedi Council? And the Watchers?
See? They're not real. It's just a fairy tale.
Really, the only issue I have with this shot, and several others within this film, is the J.J. Abrams effect, the overuse of lens flares. I'm unsure if this is a stylistic choice or simply a result of not having a matte box to shield the lens from light during shooting, but it does distract me a bit from the action, and thus, personally, I would shy away from using the effect too much. Moving on with the quintessential wipe transition, we enter the cave, a stark contrast to the seashore scene we began with. A dark cave compared to the light shore. The dark side versus the light side. Yin versus yang. I really love that the filmmakers took the time to show this location, and took time to show Tarmus discovering burn marks, and allowing Jordan to discover a glowing Kyber crystal. Now, if you know your Star Wars lore, you'll know that Kyber crystals are Force-attuned crystals that both Jedi and Sith sought as a component for building their lightsabers. Also known as living crystals, these crystals seem to have a collective consciousness, bordering on sentience. The fact that this crystal is glowing green seems to indicate that it has chosen Jordan, despite Tarmus's earlier objection.
The Council clearly states a Jedi may not harvest their crystal until they are deemed ready.
I am ready.
No, you are not. Master didn't invite us to the gathering this term, so we must be patient.
He's right. It's been like that since the Old Republic.
Moving on, the reveal of Master Ellis's lightsaber is wonderfully done. They avoided having to animate the blade by using motivated lighting on the students' expressions. In fact, we never actually see the saber blade in this scene, but it's wonderfully done. We start with a low angle of Master Ellis.
You'll all be punished accordingly.
We then have a shot that's composed to have Jordan on the same plane as the camera, not indicating any dominance or submission, but both Tarmus and especially Kira are further back and down a bit, making it a slight high angle on them. This is a very subtle way of showing the power dynamic between the three, and how they're reacting to Master Ellis's betrayal. We get a cut-in of the Master grabbing the saber, then a medium close of his face, which serves to cement his intention and give him time to fully pull out the blade. We cut back to the 3-shot, and the motivated light and sound effect perfectly show us everything we need to know as we get this exchange.
Your lightsaber. It's
Finally complete.
We get this great push-in on Master Ellis as he delivers this line, drawing significance to his acceptance of the dark side. The next shot is very interesting. It's an extreme low-angle shot with a Dutch angle. A Dutch angle, also known as a canted shot, an oblique angle, or a Dutch tilt, is a term for when the camera is rotated on its roll axis, and is generally used for situations that put us, or the characters, off kilter, so to speak. It's used very frequently in horror movies, and the more you look for it, the more you'll see it. Generally, when our heroes are at a disadvantage or have someone asserting their dominance over them, you'll find that the camera tends to be at a high angle, as if we're looking down upon them, and conversely, it'll usually be at a low angle for the ones who hold power. In this case, we have this extreme low angle, which almost seems to suggest that the camera is influenced by the Force. It knows that Jordan has power that she can use here. While her friends flee, she uses a Force push to throw sand at Master Ellis, giving them time to get away. At the end of the film, we have another great Star Wars-esque moment. As Tarmus and Kira run, Jordan stops.
He betrayed us. Everything he taught us was a lie.
What are you doing? Come on!
Her turn to look backwards is shot at another extreme low angle, but this time we see a giant moon in the sky behind her. This subconsciously raises the question, is Jordan's place among the stars? Is she meant to leave this planet? We then tilt down to reveal the Kyber crystal in her hand, still glowing, indicating that she is taking her next step as a Jedi. This moment draws similarities to Luke in A New Hope, watching the binary sunset on Tatooine. He similarly has a moment where he fights an internal struggle, whether to chase his dreams and follow in the footsteps of his father, or resign himself to being a poor farm boy on a desert planet. The stars call to him and serve as symbols of his two potential paths. With Hearts of Kyber, Jordan closes her hand on the crystal, and we're not sure exactly where her path is going to lead, but we know that her strong spirit will serve her well. Hearts of Kyber was only released last month, so click on the video link in the description below and give them some love. Also, hey, do you know of any other amazing fan films out there? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and subscribe and tap the bell to be notified whenever new videos come out. And if you'd like to help support more content like this, please consider becoming a patron. My Patreon link is in the description of this video, and every little bit helps. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.